Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Diamond K Show here on Radio on Fire. Welcome back to the program. As I said earlier, jam-packed show. So much going on. Amy Cooper, sure you don't know who that is. Maybe you do. She is a white lady who, like many others, called the police on a black man who was in Central Park because she didn't like what he said to her. Verbal dispute. Nowadays, I keep saying this, nowadays, interactions need to be video. There needs to be video footage because it's going to be your word against the person's. And if that person is someone whom the authorities deem as more credible, then you may be in trouble. So this verbal dispute between this white lady, Amy Cooper, she was walking her dog, and a black guy named Christian Cooper, no relation. It might normally have gone unnoticed because, we got a pandemic going on, right? So anyway, the white lady, she worked at an investment firm, but that's neither here nor there. So in Central Park, if you ever been there, it's a big place. Christian Cooper was bird watching. Okay, it's something he's been into since he was a child. A lot of people into that, bird watching. It's such a big deal that certain areas of Central Park are designated for that purpose. Okay, if you didn't know. Now, there's also areas of the park that's designated for dog walking. And Amy Cooper, the white lady, was walking her dog in the area that's designated for the bird watching. So a dispute happens between Christian Cooper, who's where he's supposed to be, and Amy Cooper, who's where she's not supposed to be. And very astutely, Christian Cooper decides to tape this conversation that he's having with her. She can clearly see that he's taping her. She's asked him not to. Okay? Now, so she has the dog. She's pulling the dog. She's choking the dog, right? Choking the dog out, talking to him. Dog is visibly in duress. Visibly. She threatens to call the police if he doesn't stop taping her. He says, go ahead and call the police. I want you to call the police. She calls the police and then puts on this whole show about, how she's being threatened. Her and her dog are being threatened. She's doing more harm to the dog than anything, but she's threatening and she's being threatened, allegedly. We can see that she's not being threatened, nor has she ever been threatened. But she says, I'm being threatened by an African-American man, right? White lady on the phone that's supposed to bring the cops are running. Luckily, they both were not there when the police arrived. Let's say that the police had been close, right? Like, let's say the police had been in Central Park when this happened, when they got there quickly. Christian Cooper could have been killed, just like George Floyd was killed, because they may have not taken his word over hers, whether he had the video or not. They may have tried to arrest him. He may have been trying to show them video, and that could have escalated and ended his life. Well, the verbal dispute may have been over, but the video footage that Christian Cooper captured was uploaded to Twitter by his sister and himself. And it sparked the accusations of racism and led to Franklin Templeton Investments firing Amy Cooper, which I'm glad that it happened, because this confrontation that also happened on Monday was a crazy day, also happened on Monday. George Floyd killed on Monday. Christian Cooper, Amy Cooper confrontation also happened on Monday. So what led to this confrontation? Okay. Amy Cooper let her Cocker Spaniel off its leash, which is against the rules in the area of Central Park where the bird watching happens. It's a very secluded section of Central Park, as I said, popular with bird watchers. So Christian Cooper in the right, Amy Cooper in the wrong, but she's so entitled. She feels so entitled that he can't tell her nothing, right? Well, your employer, or shall I say your former employer, Amy Cooper, Franklin Templeton, they said this: following our internal review of the incident in Central Park yesterday, we have made the decision to terminate the employee involved, effective immediately. We do not tolerate racism of any kind at Franklin Templeton. Very good. Very good. I really like that. Rob Anderson for Louisiana, a politician there. I really liked his post about it, about the firing of Amy Cooper from Franklin Templeton. He said this: we have seen that justice must be aided by private citizens using modern devices to record incidents. I am grateful that the corporate world is progressing along with its people. Very true. Very true. So the entitled, she thought she was entitled, Amy Cooper, after being told that she should go to another part of the park, and she refused. This led to this altercation, verbal altercation. But making false claims, which is what it was. She's going to tell them that there's an African-American man threatening her life. I saw some people on Twitter saying, well, she was scared. And, whatever. But as I said, by the time the police responded, thankfully, they both were gone. Cooper said that he videotaped it because he thought it was an important thing to document. Unfortunately, we live in an era where things like Ahmaud Arbery, where black men are seen as targets, this woman thought she could exploit that to her advantage, and I was not having it. Bill de Blasio, mayor of New York, said that the video exemplified hatred, and that has no place in our city, speaking about New York, of course. He said that the video out of Central Park is racism, plain and simple. She called the police because he was a black man. Even though she was the one breaking the rules, she decided he was the criminal, and we know why. So, of course, she's the victim, right? She's doing a spin job. She told CNN that she publicly apologizes to everyone and says that she's not a racist. You're a liar and a racist. You're not a racist because you got caught. She said, I think I was just scared. When you're alone in the ramble, you don't know what is happening. It's not excusable. It's not defensible. You're right. So don't try to excuse it or defend it. Just shut up. What she should have done was shut up and go to the area where she's supposed to go and keep your dog on a leash and not treat it like that. But that's where we are. As I said, busy day here. You listen to the Diamond K Show on Radio on Fire. Let's take a quick break. Come back with more of the show.